Hey guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. Today will be a demonstration video on the MG4 electric vehicle about the adaptive cruise control, ACC, and the traffic jam assist, plus the speed limiter function. I'll mount the camera on top of my head so you can see how everything works in Auckland traffic, on Auckland motorway. If you do wish to check out the full tutorial about this part of the function or the MG pilot function, make sure you click the link down below for that particular tutorial. Today is just a real-world demonstration to see how it works. Alright, so this is how the adaptive cruise control and traffic jam assist work on motorway. Let's give it a go. So right now the vehicle has not been set on cruise control before, so all we need to do, just press this button whenever you like. That will engage the cruise control. Again, if your driving speed is lower than 30, it's gonna set at 30. If your driving speed was higher than 30, it's gonna set at whatever the speed you were driving. And we can push up and down to adjust your speed. At this stage, we have set it to 50 to 60. You can see the vehicle is comfortably driving 50, 60, and I'm going up to go to 100. Obviously, if you do want to change one by one, you can push and hold, or push down and hold to adjust your speed. It's always possible. I'm releasing the brake and pedal, obviously, and the green light is on, so that means the vehicle will drive on your set speed if the road is clear, and alternatively, it will follow the front traffic if the road is blocked or if there are traffic here and there. You can see the steering adjustment, which has the green light as well. That means the traffic jam assist is actually on. That means the steering will give me small micro adjustment to try to keep me in the center of the landmarking, as long as the landmarking is accurate for sure. As you can see, we are changing at the moment. Our distance is the maximum 3 distances. If you do want to change that, you can go left and right. So go left. That decreases the distance to 1, or go to 2, whichever you like. You'll notice the distance will get smaller between you and the front vehicle, and that's the balancing distance. And just like that, the vehicle will stop or slow down. And if the vehicle goes again, your vehicle will resume back to cruise control and try to set at another vehicle instead. As we can see, now you can feel the slow motion again. Again, for someone who doesn't like the steering assist or steering adjustment or continuous steering adjustment, you can absolutely just click ACC instead of TJA. So the adaptive cruise control will only do the balance and the cruise control speed set and brake for you, and it's not going to affect your steering basically. Now we are going to go back to higher speed again. We are still on 1 bar distance, by the way. And you can feel we're gonna brake just like that, since they will stop or slow down at least. So yeah, overall this works fine. And another thing I should probably let you know is, while you are driving on adaptive cruise control, and the brake motion will also engage the regeneration braking. It's something very cool. How that works is, when the vehicle tries to slow down from a driving motion, it's gonna engage the regenerative braking first. So that helps you with a little bit power back to the battery, a little bit more efficiency. But eventually, if it needs aggressive braking, obviously the mechanical brake will engage. You don't really feel the difference. All you feel is the vehicle is slowing down, so you don't need to do anything, so to speak. And it does not matter which driving or which regenerative mode you are on, whether it's on 1 pedal or 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or adaptive, it's going to use the regenerative braking. What I'll do right now, I'll let go the steering a little bit. Again, do not try this at home, because you shouldn't be doing that. We actually did come to a complete stop at 0. It didn't come to a full stop, so to speak. But yeah, that means it automatically kicks back in as long as it stays less than 3 seconds. If the vehicle in front of us stayed longer than 3 seconds at stationary, what we want, we have to resume by pushing this up or pressing the pedal. Again, I wasn't holding the steering quite tight, so that means the function will give us a warning just to let me know that something's going on, and make sure you hold the steering. What I'll do is here, since the road is quite straightforward, and again I'm watching the traffic on the left and right, I will let go of the steering just a little bit. Do not do this at home. You can you see the steering adjustment? You can tell it's a very small adjustment. When you hold it, you can definitely feel it. Depends on how you like it. Some people may not like it, some people may like it. This is honestly up to you. I would say in Auckland traffic like this, when the road signs, everything's clear, it's good weather, you can absolutely try this when you are on motorway. Again, hands on the steering, do not take your hands off it. But if you're driving on, let's say, a back road or country road in New Zealand, or in Pukekohe, anything like that, probably not the best way to engage that function. It's going to be a little bit aggressive, depends on how you like it, so to speak. And while we are set on cruise control, driving on cruise control, you can also cancel the cruise control whenever you like. There are two ways. One way is to tap this button over here, simply tap it. It goes to gray, that means cruise control is cancelled. Or another way, to go back to resume, by the way, go up to resume, and now it's resume on cruise control. Another way to cancel is to apply the brake. As soon as I tap the brake, you can see that will stop. And then the cruise control will go into a ready mode at any time. There are two ways to engage cruise control again. One way is to tap this button. That will set at whatever the speed you are driving right now. If it's higher than 30, it's going to be set at whatever the speed. If it's lower than 30, it's going to be set at 30. Otherwise, you can go up to resume. That will resume back to whatever the speed you were set on cruise control. So that's how that works with the cruise control, so the brake or cancellation or temporary pause plus resume. Alright, next let's quickly try the speed limiter settings. So the speed limiter settings works on the center entertainment screen. What you want to do, you want to switch the cruise control off, then you want to switch it to either manual or intelligent. I don't really like the intelligent that much, so I'm gonna do manual instead. So right now you can see the speed limiter pop up on the notification, and we're gonna set, we know the speed limit in this area will be 80, so I'm gonna set at 80k. Otherwise, actually, I'll just set it at 70 so I can show you how it works, because since there are quite some traffic over here. Right now, you can see I'm tapping the accelerator. I'm actually pushing it down to 50% of the pedal traveling, but it's not allowing me to go over 70 right now. Just like that. So it's limiting my speed to 70. If I drop it to 65, you hear the ping sound, since I was over at 65, sorry. And then I press the pedal again, it's not allowing me to go over 65. Instead, 65 will be the maximum speed I can travel out of this speed limit. And I'll go back to 60 right away, because I want to try to let you know the accelerator. So in case you want to quickly overtake that speed limiter, right now I'm still pressing it to 50%, it's not reacting. You can see it's still holding my speed to 60. I'm gonna press a little bit harder all the way to floor. You can see that allows me to quickly overtake that speed limiter. You have to floor it all the way down. That allows you to quickly overtake. After that, it'll flash, then it'll bring the speed limit to 60 again. So that's how that works. Occasionally you may take over 60, let's say 61, 62 over there, but it's just always going to be around that figure in terms of the speed limiter. Now let's go bring that up. So whenever you like, just go up and down to change your speed limiter. Now 80, so I can freely accelerate again. And whenever you like to cancel the speed limiter setting, just press the speed limiter or cruise control button. Press the gray or white light, that means it's cancelled. Press again, green light, that means it's engaged. So pretty simple. If you do, you can also use intelligent. So click intelligent. As long as the speed rating over there is reading a speed sign properly displayed on the side of the road, it's going to display, let's say 80. If you engage, if you press this button to engage, that means it's going to follow the speed limiter on whatever the speed rating is. Right now there's no speed rating, so we are not going to have any problem, but if the speed rating is going to rate 100, 80, whatever, it will display on the top. And then as long as that green light, the limit auto, is engaged, it's going to limit my throttle to 80 or whatever. So that's how to use that. For some temporary sign like this lighting sign, it may not pick up. It's mostly picking up like solid road signs in New Zealand as far as I can see. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Anyway, I personally don't like it because the road signs display in New Zealand are so quite random. We have these, you know, digital signs, we have those temporary signs, we have those permanent signs here and there. It's too much, so I'm gonna disable that. I'll go back to menu, so that means I can set whatever I like. Before you engage the set button, you can also go up and down from here to engage the speed limiter, or to at least pre-select your speed limiter. Let's say now I'm gonna pre-select to 100. It's not engaged just yet. I'll press to engage. There we go. So now the speed limiter is 100. That's how to use the speed limiter. If you any situation, if you want to cancel the speed limiter or you do not want to use it anymore, just press the off button, just like that. It's all gone. So it's no reading or no sign for you at all. Alright, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, please subscribe and like. That would be really helpful for the channel. I will see you next video.